Good.
Yeah.
Yo, welcome to the podcast.
Yo.
What's up, everybody? How you feeling?
Beautiful.
Good. Welcome to the Potluck. We are a hip hop podcast serving up culture, current events, and other side dishes. Of course, thank you for joining us as always. Hit YouTube. Go like, share, subscribe. Potluck Podcast. We out there. It's your boy Pete.
Yo, it's your boy Otisford Mackleton.
What?
The 12th.
Yo, it's your boy Ahmad, aka TKO Joe.
You're funny, man. It's Lou, man. Your most hated and your most favorite. Welcome to the potluck. Let's do it. Let's eat.
Hey, man, you missing one more. That's top 5, Lou. Get it right, y'all.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Lou, and Lou.
Yeah, man.
Y'all didn't know we got top 5 Lou. We got Macklemore cousin up there.
aka J. Cole.
J. Cole in the Oh, man.
Heard that shit all weekend.
Sure, he's tired
It's
of
going nowhere. It's not going away.
It's not.
Oh, man. But look, man, it's always a pleasure to be back. If you haven't checked out any of our past episodes, please do. We got some great ones out there. Recently, we got back up with our man Wilfredo. Check that episode out. If you all know, that's Mr. Whopper. We talk about some of the recent deaths going on in hip hop and some other episodes. So go back, check out some of the past ones. They out there. We see y'all listening. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that comments on our YouTube, everyone that shares and subscribes, and we're just building and growing, man.
Yes, sir.
Drop a like, subscribe.
Yeah, you know.
Fire content. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah. Like, tell a friend, being a friend. You know.
Smash that like button.
Is that how they do it? Is that how they do it? I don't know how they do it.
I guess.
Go ahead and punch that like button, lick that like button. Give that like button some brains, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
we just lost a couple likes.
Oh, we just gained a couple. The internet got some real freaks out there. They out there licking the screen right now.
Oh, funny, man.
Hey, man, just say, you know, the internet's, there's something out there for everybody.
The internet.
Facts.
That's true.
All right, so look, man, potluck.
Yep.
We're going to start off with some side dishes, man. Ahmad, what you got? What's our first side dish? What's on the menu today?
Man, I'm not bringing no raisins in it, but, you know,
Do that.
side dish. Yeah, I'll be kicked out of the potluck for that, right? Now, my side dish definitely going to include some Nas, because you all know I'm a Nas fan, huge Nas fan. Nas is the GOAT in my opinion. So Nas is bringing it once again with his boy Hit Boy. You know what I mean? We don't know what was going on before Hit Boy got with Nas, but, you know, Nas has always been good, lyricist, everything. You know what I mean? But since Hit Boy took over with Nas's career, Nas has been on fire. You know what I'm saying? With 4 albums in the past 2.5 years. I mean, it's been bananas. But they recently hooked up on a new Hit Boy album, Surf or Drown, and they have this song called "The Tide." And I mean, actually, you know, I mean, as good as Nas is a rapper, Hit Boy was exchanging some bars with him. You know what I mean? Towards the end, I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, Hit Boy had his verse, and then Nas has his verse, and then at the end they started exchanging bars, and it was you know, I think it was a great project. The stuff that Nas is going through in his career and how he's still going. I mean, he's almost 50 years old. I mean, it's just phenomenal, man. So, man, you know, I don't know what else to say to that, man. Just
blushing over there over Nas.
So I'm blushing over here.
I'm not even mad at you, man. I wish I could have seen what my favorite rappers would be doing at 50, and I wish they were still around, but I wish some of them were still relevant at 50, man.
Isn't he acting now? Ain't Lil Zane acting or something like that right now?
You know what? I deserve that one. I deserve that one.
Yeah, you do.
I deserve that one.
That's your man, Pete. That's your man, Pete. That's
He's
your man.
acting. If you ain't watched the show, I won't give it
Your
away.
man. Lil Zane is your man.
Yeah, I own that. I
You
own
gotta
that.
do that.
I own that one.
No, it's definitely satisfying to see your favorite rapper still going at almost 50 years old. You know, when most cats would have flamed out already, or, unfortunately some guys, haven't, didn't make it, you know what I mean? Which, we wish we can go back in time and, enjoy those guys. But Nas still going at almost 50 is definitely, hats off to the brother, man. As a fan, be more
major
excited.
shout out to Hit Boy for the bars, man. He was the best. He was the best rapper on that album. Like he had a whole lot of features, and he, oh man, surprisingly, he was just either hanging with or smashing everybody that he had featured on that joint. That album, like man, there's a couple tracks that that I had to skip, but for the most part, man, it was hella enjoyable. Like dope beats, and even if the beat wasn't all that great, he still came with the bars. So man, Hitman put a stamp on his shit right now. He ain't to be taken lightly.
No, I mean he's definitely he on fire right now, and he's from the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cali. let's not forget to mention that. You know what I mean?
They hate to see it.
you know what it is.
Not mad at it. We're not mad at it. I mean, we love it. We love it, man. Like, as East Coasters, we appreciate that, man. Look at Alchemist. Alchemist had a hell of a career. And people didn't know he was from LA. He's from the LA area. He out making beats for Nas and Mobb Deep. So I salute to Hit Boy for sure, man.
Yeah.
I gotta check the bars. I haven't heard the bars, so I gotta check those out and see what he's talking about on there. Obviously, he's done a lot for Nas's career later on. And I'll just say this to it, man. Like, I try to be Mr. Positivity. I mean, the fellas know. When you're doing stuff in life for your career, like just keep plugging along, man. Because Nas, it took him a while to find. Like Nas has always been great, but it took him a while to find somebody who he matched up with. Younger dude, came up and he matched up with them, and now you're looking at him really like. It's weird to say Nas is blossoming in his career, but he's showing, hey man, it took me some years to find somebody who could really like mesh with me and work with me, and look at what we're doing now. And he just kept going consistently, So, shout out to Nas, shout out to Hit Boy, shout out to everybody out there that just, keeps working on their craft and honing their craft. And you'll find, I won't say Nas didn't find his lane, he's found his lane early on, but you'll find some longitude, some length in that, and that's where Nas is his life, man. I love that for him.
I mean, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, but another thing Nas has going for him, one thing Nas can say, he has loyal fans. You know what I'm saying? There's cats who've been with Nas for years, like I'm one of them, but there's people who've been with him longer than me. You know what I'm saying? 30 years, since he came out. So, if he keeps making, because there's people also who are searching for lyricists. Yeah. Some people are saying, they get older, the new music is trash to them, right? I don't like these new rappers. So if Nas keeps making these homes, you know what I'm saying? Like, lyrics, Nas going to have a lane for a good time, man. As long as he wants to keep doing it, he's going to have a good lane.
No, I appreciate, man. That's a no raisin side dish right there for sure. No raisins in that joint.
I agree with everything you said.
I know we told Nas and the lyricism, and everybody's looking for good lyrics. Lou, what you got for your side dish, man? What you bringing to the potluck, man?
All right, so I got this side dish. Everybody know the world famous Griselda Records, West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine. If you're really into them, they got a couple more cats on their roster. They're growing, popular. And recently on Instagram, Benny the Butcher, one of the most popular ones, right? You guys probably heard of him. He's got the Johnny P's caddy with J. Cole. Recently was shot in the leg in Houston. So he's been around, and he jumps on his Instagram and says that Griselda Records inspires rappers today and that they are the standard. real bold statement to make in hip hop, a real bold statement to make from a guy like him. You know, not to say that he's not qualified to make any statement that he wants, but I think it's two things that he's really getting at here. And first thing would probably be the image. You know, when he say he inspired, they inspire people. These guys have that kind of 90s kind of feel, that image, that look, that vibe. So, you know, if there's a 30-year-old guy or 40-year-old guy, like, man, where's the music for me? Or, you know, there's a guy that's that Wu-Tang era age that inspired them to write music or listen to more of what they got going on. You know, so I think it's inspiring as far as their image, because they say rap is a young man's sport. So to see these guys over at Griselda Records winning in the mid-30s and 40s is great, you know. Secondly, what I got to say about that is content. Obviously, to feel like you're the standard means you had to have been co-signed, right? And we all know they've been co-signed by some of the greats already in the industry, you know, kind of legendary thing, you know. So, yeah, I mean, if I was co-signed, I would say I'm the standard.
I hear what he's saying, but it is kind of a bold statement, because to say you're the standard for something that came out 20 years before you was doing it. I mean, I shouldn't say 20 years before you were doing it, because they were probably doing it then, but somebody else was doing on the mainstream level as well, just earlier. So for me, it's weird to say you're the standard and they may inspire a lot of other people, don't get me wrong, but when you take it in the grand context, there's a lot of people they didn't, you know, that came before them. So I hear what he's saying, but you know how it goes in this game, man. When you say something, you kind of got to be able to it's got to be, you got to be Brody with it, but you got to have some backing.
Check this out, Pete. Now we all know the 10 Crack Commandments. We know that song.
Yeah.
We know it's by a legend, a GOAT, Biggie Smalls, right? Only Christopher Wallace, the only Christopher we acknowledge, right? Benny the Butcher has 10 more commandments, which is pretty a modern day version of that, or also a follow up to that, right? You know, he could not have even came near that beat, that song, or any of that without being co-signed by Diddy.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna say that he needed to have a backing for it, if I'm able to just, you know, be like, hey Diddy, let me get this beat that Biggie spit on and nobody else touched, and he like, you know what, you got it. I'm just saying. I mean, understand.
I hear you. I hear you. You're right. You completely right. The backing. When I say the backing, I mean like,
yeah.
He let me get that beat. Diddy was like, let me get that booty.
I mean, understand it. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you're right. Now I hear what you're saying. I'm not taking that away from him for sure. I'm just saying for the history of it, like,
oh shit,
to say like, hey, I'm the foundation, I'm the founder of it. Like, I don't know. But he also said niggas gave up. He said these niggas gave up on trying to like rap like this and all this other stuff, and I kept it going. So I'm with him. Talk your shit, Benny.
He said he influences this younger generation, but who sounds like that?
Right.
That's true.
He sounded bitter to me.
I don't think I mean, you know, not to take anything away from him, because you know they're all dope as hell, but I just don't see it based on sound. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, like, I saw the video, he sounded bitter. When that video, he sounded bitter, like, you know, like, you're not giving us, basically, like, y'all niggas ain't giving us props. Like Otis said, nobody sound, none of these cats sound like them. They're in a different direction, you know what I mean? So, yeah,
I think that's what he means by inspiring, right? They're in their own lane. That's inspiring, right? They're in their own movement, their own direction.
No, that's not inspiring. That's just being.
Let me go ahead and reach on that one.
That's
like, look, honestly, I took it like he was talking about some older heads. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's just being you. I mean, because they're not inspiring anybody. I mean, nobody's like, you know, I'm gonna rap like Griselda. Nobody's saying that. Not saying that they're not dope. Nobody's even saying I want to rap like Nas. I love Nas, but these new cats are not saying that. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, I want to be like Lil Baby. I want to be like Future. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that are inspiring these cats that are out now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know though. Was he saying he inspires the new cat? I don't think he really said the new cats out there. I think he was saying I inspire you. And there's probably plenty of 30-plus-year-olds right now trying to get on, trying to be Griselda, 30 and 40-year-olds who used to rap. and trying to get on and talk about the Griselda.
A wise man named Edward Perkins once said, "Where they at?" Where they at?
Shout out Edward Perkins for that one. Yeah.
Classic.
You're right. This hip hop, he's still in that lane, man. That I'm gonna talk my shit lane, I guess.
But I think Benny Butcher, Westside Gun, Conway. I mean, for how they rap, they're gonna have like I said, just like Nas, they're gonna have a lane for a long time because there's always people who's gonna be searching for that music. But as far as the way where hip hop is now, I don't think they're inspiring anyone. That's in my opinion, but
that's fair.
I second that.
If in 5 or 10 years all the new rappers come out and they sound like Conway, Benny, and West Side, man, then we can revisit the conversation.
Oh, yeah, I mean, then my opinion would change.
10 years, nigga, I'm gonna be listening to smooth jazz. I ain't gonna be listening to these niggas rap anymore.
What's that? 94.7 or something?
Quiet storm.
Hey, you're not listening to rap no more. That's what he said. Hey, you gonna be on this Lionel Richie. Vandross, man.
Put on some of that Coltrane, man.
Smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz and drinking prune juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 10 years from now, that smooth jazz channel might be playing Ja Rule for you.
I'm getting my smooth jazz, Two glasses, a cigar, and some music.
I was about to say, you smoke cigars over there? You smoke cigars?
Occasionally I do.
Oh man! All right, look. So we got 2 out of the 3 side dishes in. I bought a half a dish. I ain't bring much today to the potluck, man. I bought some of the mains, but Glorilla. Her grandmother said her and Rihanna look identical. So look, real quick, Ahmad, what's your take on that? Oh, and Glorilla said she agrees with her grandmama. She looked like Rihanna.
Who agreed with that? Oh, Glorilla did.
Yeah. Hey,
look at this, man. Look at this. No. I mean, only thing I did, the forehead, that's it. Everything else, no.
The worst picture. Lou, what you say to it? What you say, Lou?
Money-wise, they don't look the same. They may share maybe forehead features or maybe, but I wouldn't say that it's identical. I think identical is a little too far. But, I think Glow look like Glow and Rihanna look like Rihanna, So I guess if she was saying, yeah, I do look like Rihanna is, a thing of confidence, of course, who would say that they're ugly, right? Like nobody really do that, right? So, if somebody tell me I look like whoever and I'm like, no, I look like me, then, but.
It's okay to be honest with yourself sometimes, though.
It's okay to be honest with yourself. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What you trying to say,
Me?
Oh, you just gonna take a bite? Oh, your mouth full. You can't speak on the subject now. Don't do it. Don't do her like that.
Well, my bad. That's not the picture I wanted to put up. That slipped. I'm just gonna say no.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me. Hey man, look. If your grandmama think you look like her, that's fair. Co-sign your grandmama, stand up for yourself. But I'ma just
she forgot to say her grandma got cataracts.
Right. Grandma sitting down in the mug.
They were running around here like Red Fox and Harlem Nights.
Yeah, you looking like Rihanna today.
Listen, man, be yourself. You ain't trying to look like Rihanna. Just look like you. Look like Glorilla. And be happy with that, Gloria.
Gloria, hallelujah.
I mean, she's okay. No, I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna leave. I was gonna say, there's some.
Shout out to Memphis girls, though.
Wow.
Shout out to Memphis
Wow.
Baby. Oh man. All right, Glorilla, you had your time.
Just get it back on track. And we're talking about Glorilla's grandma. I mean, no, let me just stop. Never mind. I'll end it after I had to check myself with those words. We're good.
I'm gonna take another sip of this tequila just in case.
Cocktail.
Hey, so I mean, just be yourself, Glo. Be yourself. You ain't got to look like nobody else. You look like you from Memphis. You 23-year-old doing your thing. Appreciate your grandmama trying to show you love.
No, jokes aside though, like I put up a fucked up picture, but she has been glowing up.
Yeah,
over time.
Look bad, bro. Memphis girls.
And she might make everybody eat their words. If she become a billionaire, she might end up looking like Rihanna.
That's what I'm saying. The money is a difference. No, she don't look like Rihanna money wise at all. No, so yeah.
We've all seen the memes of Kylie. Like they say, you're not ugly, you just poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, real talk.
If Jay-Z was a bus driver, you think Beyonce would be with that man?
I mean, fine rappers. I feel
I heard that. Not the Jay-Z ad-lib, boy.
What we had left next?
Otis, man, I know you got a side dish for us. Go ahead.
I got the macaroni, no cheese.
Wait a second.
If you seek, ye shall find. That's in the Bible, right? Well, he's been fishing for it, and Tekashi finally got his ass whooped. In other news, let's just.
Otis
that's all.
He got the macaroni, and Tekashi ate all the cheese. That rap. Anyway,
that's yep. There you go, and that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Thanks, Forrest.
Man.
Yes.
So look, it's end of March. We're finishing up on National Women's Month. As a hip hop show, we have a lot of fun with a lot of people and a lot of other things, but it wouldn't be right for us not to talk about the
ladies
in the industry and ladies who have come through and changed it in the way the industry's worked over the past few years. So we definitely, man, we go back. The ladies really came up with hip hop. They really started it. Ladies have been involved from the beginning of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Huge part.
Otis, what'd you say?
Huge part.
Huge part.
It's the stuff that you don't hear about. We all know about the Sugar Hill Gang, but there was a woman behind that. Huge part of hip hop. Sorry, I just gotta take the reins real quick, but this group right here, the Funky 4+1, MC Sha Rock, she was the woman right there. She was a member of the Funky 4+1, and they were the first hip hop group to get a record deal and the first to perform on mainstream TV on Saturday Night Live. And shout out to Saturday Night Live for being the first to bring hip hop to the mainstream.
Facts.
Nice.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I didn't know that neither.
Bro, I didn't know that until I started looking for this shit. Like, women don't get the credit that they deserve for the rise of hip hop.
Not at all, man. Not at all. Yeah, definitely, man. Like,
women are also underpaid in the workforce too. I just want to throw that out there. Women are also underpaid in the workforce. So we're gonna talk about it. You feel me? So yeah.
I mean, that's the history, man. And that's what we're talking about. And then
they just need to step that shit up. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm just joking.
In scheme of things, Talking about. Oh man, but Funky 4+1, Roxanne Shante, MC Light to Queen Latifah to
Miss
E.
Melody.
What's up?
Miss Melody, let's not forget her.
Miss Melody, man. If you ever heard the song Self Destruction, that's where I learned who Miss Melody was.
Hold on, before we even go that deep, though. Before we even go that deep, what's the first hip hop song that we all think? When you think of the first hip hop song, what do you think of?
Oh, everyone thinks it's Sugar Hill Gang.
Message.
Boom. Okay,
The message,
but
yeah,
okay, but the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, that was the first one that really blow up.
Mm-hmm.
This woman,
yeah,
Sylvia Robinson, rest in peace. She died in 2011. She was behind the Sugar Hill Gang, the founder and CEO of Sugar Hill Records, and Rapper's Delight was the first hip hop song to chart on the Billboard's top 40. She was behind that.
Wow.
So before we even get any deeper, I just got to give her credit too. And she does get credit as being called the mother of hip hop, but again, it's still not common knowledge.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. She's credited. She's credited with a lot. And if you watch documentaries and the such on hip hop history, they will tell you that her influence and the stuff she's not credited for was huge as well. So like definitely shout out Miss Sylvia Robinson. We talked about I mentioned Roxanne Shante. She was kind of one of the early pioneers. I can tell you, y'all may have heard me talk about the Kings of Rap tape that I got back in like '85. She was on that. It was Roxanne's Revenge and Roxanne by UTFO. They were both back to back on that album. And for me, when you're a young man listening to that, that wasn't even about there's a woman rapping. That was just about somebody was on the track spitting and dissing somebody else. So like, wow, who was TKO, let me ask you, and I'll go and ask Lou, and I'll ask who's one of your favorite, doesn't have to be your number one, but one of your favorite female artists?
Shoot. I mean, there's so many. Of course, you have women MCs, from back in the day, from the beginning of rap, and of course, a lot of them didn't get the credit they deserve for being the pioneers that they are. But I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna steal somebody, so it's probably somebody else is probably gonna choose the same person, Missy Elliott. I would say to me is the GOAT of all women like artists as far as like hip hop. And hip hop's concerned, I mean, I would Missy hands down. I mean, just her versatility. She had so many bangers back in the day, and just her collabs with like Timbaland and what they were able to create was just bananas. But you know what? I'm gonna go. I mean, I was gonna go in a different direction. I think I'll go with probably like someone like Eve, MC Light. I would say people like them. I think I gravitated more to is just a certain sound that they put. But I would say Missy, hands down the GOAT to me. But you know what I'm saying? But so
listen, TKO taking a page from my book. He just named off 3.
I didn't want to. Missy is an easy one. You know what I'm saying? That's easy.
But it's true.
Everybody's gonna say Missy. You know what I'm saying?
Lou, who you got? Who's one of your favorite female artists?
Oh man, you got to give me Foxy Brown for what she did in the Firm, man. I mean,
yeah,
Foxy Brown in the Firm. I like Lil' Kim, but Fox was a different beast on the mic. I think Fox definitely inspired Nicki Minaj. You listen to the rhyme scheme sometimes. The aggressiveness, the lyrical thing. She was like, how they got Armani Caesar and Griselda. The chick they got. I feel like even like Raw Digger, like Remy Ma, all of them got Foxy in them. As far as like being able to rap like that, the lyricist, being on there with a bunch of guys. So one of my favorite outside of everybody's favorites, is Foxy Brown, man.
Yeah, I was just listening to her and Spaga Benz. People forget how hard that joint was. Shout out Foxy Brown. Her career got cut a little short just by health reasons.
Yeah.
She rap though.
Oh man, listen.
She rap.
There's a reason. What's up?
mean, she wouldn't have been in the firm if she couldn't. You can't be with Nas and AZ and not give it a rap. I mean, that's just
don't forget she
you know
started
what I'm saying.
the first single. Jay-Z's first single was featuring Foxy Brown.
Yep.
I'll be right. Was it I'll be or no?
No.
Ain't no nigga.
Ain't no nigga. Yeah.
Because I'll be was hers.
Macking the shit, wifey, nigga. But when I flipped that coke, remember them days you was dead broke, and now you style, and I raised you, basically made you into a dime flipping weight hair rod of shit. Like she was like 15 when she spit that. 15, like what?
You can't be with Nas and AZ and not be able to rap.
Yeah,
Don't please anybody to be a third person in that group.
Hey man, don't forget about Cormega.
We're talking about Foxy right now, sir.
Yeah, we are. I just wanted to make sure we talk about the firm. We gotta make sure we talk about everybody. But Foxy.
I thought it was Nature.
Anyway, one of them. Nature was fire.
Exactly. You talking about don't forget, and you don't even know the nigga name.
Where's Foxy from?
I put them together.
Foxy from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I think she's a Brooklynite, right?
Brooklyn beat.
Where's Nature from?
Queens.
You're right. So it's like a whole like Silk the Soccer situation there. You know what I'm saying?
That was stupid, man.
Sometimes you get put on just by association. You from Queensbridge with us? Okay, this the homie. We're gonna let you in, but I mean, I'm just saying. So
yeah.
Oh, who you got? Who you got? I ain't even touching that one. Missy, you going straight for Missy?
I hype her ass up. I've hyped Missy up a couple times on this show, man. Like I love the shit out of Missy when it comes to artistry, creativity. She's dope. Like she's not the best lyricist. She ain't spitting like that for the most part, but it's just everything about her is dope, man. Her whole approach to hip hop is fire. Like she's in her own lane. I don't think nobody will ever be able to do what Missy did musically.
Right.
Dope as hell, man. But as far as spitters go, yeah, Foxy's up there. But me, just personally, because I love the South, man. I gotta give it to Mia X.
Hey.
She's probably my favorite bar spitter as a woman. Mia X was one of the hardest in No Limit. You know, she's up there. It was Miss Cool, Mia X, Fiend, Mr. Magic. And I don't know who to give the fifth one to, just because I ain't trying to highlight dudes right now. But yeah, Mia X was amongst the top tier out of that entire roster. Mia X ain't no joke.
She was fire, man. She had bars.
Yeah.
And she had one of the most
those songs were a lot of collabs. Those songs were all collabs. Their albums is all collabs. You know what I mean? And her verse came on. Yeah, man. I'm serious. She lit it up all the time, man.
One of the most classic No Limit songs. I always felt like somebody's watching me. That True Joint.
Yeah.
She killed all them niggas on their own track.
Yeah, X was the truth. The truth.
Good, man.
Mama Mia.
Yep.
Mama Mia. That was
sorry, and I got to take this to another direction. With that being said, man, even though like Mia X is probably my favorite bar spitter, Missy is my favorite female artist. My favorite rap song ever by a woman has to be Bisexual by Jane Doe. It was on this underground mixtape produced by Echo, the clothing line. And it was called Underground Airplay or some shit like that. And so basically this song is about her history of drug. I don't know whether she did these drugs for real or not, but basically like every chick that she messed with, she assigned a drug to, or she signed a woman's name to every drug that she messed with. And bro, the song is so dope. Bisexual by Jane Doe. Check that shit out. It's like hella creative. I still love that joint to this day. It dropped like maybe 2002, man. That shit is so fire.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know that one. We're gonna check it out.
Funkify is still my favorite by the Brat.
So that's what I was about to say. The Brat's mine. The Brat's mine.
Nice.
That one, Funktified, man. Give it to you. I mean, the Brat has some tracks, man. Even the joint.
B-side too.
Yeah, the B-sides. They're big. Even the joints I didn't want to like the joint with Tyrese. What do you want?
What do you like?
Yeah. What do you want? I would be like, man, I ain't trying to see all these dudes in the video walk around naked.
Neither did she.
Big facts. They just do it. Shoot, this ain't for me.
No, yeah, the Brat like okay. So on the Funkified, I gotta say she was just like a female Snoop. Oh shit, what's that shit about the Brat? Hold on one second, man. Oh, hold on, I'm playing.
Right, her wife had the baby. Or they no gender reveal.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, shout out to the Brat, the first female solo act to sell 1 million records. Not MC Light, not what's her name? Queen Latifah. No disrespect, not MC Light, not Queen Latifah, but the Brat, the Funkified album, first female solo act to sell 1 million records.
Yeah.
When she dropped, bro, her shit was fire. Like, and it's funny. I don't mean in a disrespectful way when I say that she was like the female Snoop. It's just that their styles were so similar, and she just made it work for women. But she ain't no joke on the bars, man. I'll never forget JD's Life of 1472. Don't hate on me. She killed Crazy Bone.
Yeah,
she killed Crazy Bone with the speed rap. Like, the Brat is no joke.
People forget she's from Chicago.
Yeah.
Time.
She came out. That Funkified came out not too long after Snoop came out.
Yeah, that's why it's so easy for me to compare the two. It's just like
it was like when you saw the way she dressed in that. I mean, it is similar to Snoop. I mean, I don't think you're far off at all.
Yeah.
And just her whole swag and everything. It was like it was very Snoop like.
So
very much so, but I think she could bar better than Snoop. Snoop, Snoop but she can bar better than Snoop.
Yeah,
man, don't play with Snoop, man.
I'm not.
Don't play with Snoop, man.
Don't play with the Brat.
The Brat can spit. So look, if I had everybody, you say nah, the Brat.
Not over Snoop. Not over Snoop.
So if I had to pick one backup, and my backup's easy, and this is. You said her name a second ago, and I want to give her the proper respect when we talking hip hop, Queen Latifah. Because the Queen, man, first of all, shout out to Queen Latifah. If y'all don't know, Flavor Unit, Flavor Squad, that's a lot of the folks. There might not be no naughty by nature without Queen Latifah, man. Like, she's the one, they were on tour with her. They put her on like that. I mean, she put them on. Like, that Flavor Unit, man, it had some people in it. And the Queen, man, that was one of the first tapes I had, man. Like when it came to, it wasn't even female rappers, just rappers that Queen, Latifah come in, man. Latifah's had it up to here. She was doing the acting. She was in House Party 2. She was early on doing those things, and she opened up doors for a lot of women. Dana Owens, I believe.
Yep. And
if you talk to hip hop heads and rappers, they tell you like she was the truth. Like, and she'd get with any man you want to get to on the bars and in the streets. Apparently, she handled business in the streets too. Like, so yeah, definitely shout out Queen Latifah, man. I definitely want to give her respect.
And while we talking about, oh, sorry, go ahead.
So UNITY.
Who you calling a bitch? So that brings me to my point, bro. While we on the topic of Queen Latifah, when females first started rapping, they were barring with the dudes because it was all about who could spit. And like the 80s, 90s, they kind of brought about this female empowerment vibe for all of the women records, all of the women's records. And so Queen Latifah was kind of at the forefront of that. Ladies first. She also I can't remember was that the song that she had that was a collaboration with other female rappers?
Money Love. But you're thinking of you talking about Queen Latifah?
Yeah. Or maybe it was just Money Love.
Ladies
Money in the middle, where you at in the middle? Yeah, but
this is Money Love and Queen Latifah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, man, like they kind of brought the NWA kind of came out, blew up, and it just took off with this whole calling women bitches thing, and West Coast kind of really flew that fuck a bitch flag. And you know, Queen
For sure.
Latifah and all the women. They came back like, yo, man, who you calling a bitch? they put their foot down like that. We're to be respected, and major props to Queen Latifah for that. And so how do y'all feel about what that led to though?
With the so I was gonna get into that, and you mentioned NWA. So it's funny because there was a group. You all know I got stories for days. I'll keep this one short. I got picked up for shoplifting in Georgetown at a record store because I tried to grab. Well, my boy got picked up, and then they
No,
called
you
me.
didn't.
I tried to grab an HWA tape. That was around the time 92, 93. The tide was changing from like Queen Latifah rap to HWA, who y'all don't know about, but getting into that like I'm selling sex and everything else. They had a line that they quoted in the source saying, my man's like Greg Louganis because he's quick to dive up in my anus. That and then they were showing their butt cheeks yeah. I'll let that marinate. But in that same period, they were showing their cheeks on I'm 13 years old. They showing their ass on the cover of their videos, on the cover of their tapes. And I went from like, oh yeah, Queen Latifah, that's my homegirl memorizing Queen Latifah lines and MC Light lines and Roughneck to HWA. Yeah, exactly. How was I not going to buy that album at 13? And this is what they did to Otis's point. This is what they did to the industry. It was Queen Latifah in her African gear, looking like a queen, ladies first, respect us, this and that. And they were like, we're just gonna saturate you with this. And so
Yeah.
I don't like it because it did get away from a lot of the bar spitting. I'll be honest with you. I loved Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B. And I like it when it's still good rap.
Hold up. That album. Again, man, another crazy fact. The only female MC to win a Grammy for Best Rap Album. Cardi B with that one.
Yeah.
Really? Is she the
Really?
only? Wow. I mean,
a Grammy for Best Rap Album, not like Album of the Year, because Lauryn Hill got Album of the Year or whatever, but Best Rap Album.
Okay. I think from that album, I think the best one to me that she penned was that song "Careful with Me."
Mm-hmm.
She penned that one pretty good. I like lyrically that one was put together pretty sweet.
She penned that one herself? I haven't looked at it.
I don't know if she penned that herself, but I just think like, the most lyrical I've ever heard Cardi B was on that song "Careful."
Cardi B spits. I like her on everything, man, to be honest.
Yeah, she do spit, but
whether she has writers or not, I just love her delivery and everything about
just love her because she Cardi. You just love Cardi.
The joint with Chance, I love that one. On Invasion of Privacy, where she's like, I never had no problem showing y'all the real me. Here when it's fucked up with this man, like she was going in.
Yeah.
She was going in,
She bar. I don't say nothing from her.
No.
But Joe, so yeah, HWA, yeah, they did like they were out in the front with the whole shit, but technically, based off what I read, that Salt and Pepper was kind of credited with the sexual empowerment movement for the women.
So, and I'll throw this out to you all. I took it, me growing up at that time, I took it as two different things. HWA was what you see on Otis's screen right now, whereas Salt and Pepper was like, we're this and we're empowering being sexually forward and owning it on ourselves. HWA was more like, we here for the niggas. Salt and Pepper was like, we're taking our own, let's talk about sex, baby. And they had a message throughout it. So I don't put them in the same category, even though they talked about similar subjects. Salt and Pepper's way of delivering it was different, and it wasn't my man's quick to dive up in my anus like Greg Louganis.
Man, what?
Yeah, huge difference.
But it got to start somewhere, though. Like if you wearing dashikis and what I'm saying, covered up, but then you go from that to like with Salt and Pepper, which pretty modest in comparison, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, but they still had some hits that were sensual. You know what I'm saying, like Shoot, What a Man. I mean, so I mean it was a little a little bit of that in there. So you get that, then hey, the line is like, moved over here. Now where do we go from there? We go, HWA and Little Kim, Foxy Brown. Yeah, Little Kim's record back then, that was pretty explicit, man.
It'd be explicit right now.
I remember,
Yeah,
man, in sixth grade
Adina
on the
Howard,
bus.
Adina Howard, Mercedes. So it went from there. I mean, it's like, I mean, that's pretty much what it is now. Is that women rappers come out, if they're not selling that, nobody's listening to them, which is sad, but that's the reality we live in. You know what I'm saying right now, but
yeah, no, I agree with you. It is sad, but what?
Yeah, they're not selling, but they are getting respected. Shout out to Rhapsody. She'll never get the attention. Rhapsody, damn.
Rhapsody's dope.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
They're not gonna get the recognition they deserve, but the people that are still like hardcore hip hop heads where the bar's at, they know and they respect.
Sure.
And yeah, man.
Shout out Jim Gray.
It sucks that this is all that it really is about in the mainstream nowadays. But it, shit, man. You got like I've been saying, you gotta look for the shit that you want to listen to nowadays.
I mean, it gets in.
Shout out to nature.
Mother Nature?
No, nature.
Ahmad, I'm gonna need you to go listen to Nature's first album, and then you're gonna respect that man. But anyway, we're not here to talk about nature. Fuck you, Otis. We're not here to look. But here's the thing. So, and we talk about this a lot on the Potluck, man. The women experienced the same thing the men did. I'm not discounting the women. I just think it's terrible that they got when we got pushed into got to be a gangster, got to be a thug. They got pushed into got to be a sex object, got to be half naked to sell. Like you bump your bars. Are you naked? And a lot of women got lost in the wayside of that. Rhapsody, I think she's happy with her career. Same with Jean Grey, but I think also they're happy because they understand that moving up in their career means showing ass cheeks in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they know what's up. They know what it is.
Yeah.
And let me plug this in real quick, because if we're gonna talk female rappers, I gotta shout out Hometown Nonchalant. One of my boys just sent me the video of Nonchalant 5 o'clock in the morning real quick. He said, "Remember, this one's a track." So shout out Nonchalant DC rappers. 5 o'clock in the morning, where you gonna be? Outside. On the corner. It's a classic.
To the homie PJ, I fucking told you.
What'd you tell him?
I told him about Nonchalant because we were talking about old school hip hop and he didn't know that one. I'm like, dog, how did you not know that one? That was on all the videos. It was on the radio out here. Like, how did you not know? And it took him about 3 weeks to finally listen to it. When he played it, he was like, yeah, man, I don't remember this and I don't really like it. It's not as good as you hyped it up to be. Like, man, fuck you, man. This shit is a classic.
Classic. It was a classic. Lou, before you roll. Lou, holla at us. You gave us some of your favorites, one of your favorites. Holla at us, talk to us about, women's influence in hip hop and what you see for them in the future, man.
Okay, so check it, right? Women's influence in hip hop right now, they gain a fan base really fast, So they're bringing back that kind of having a wave, that they jump in the game, they create their own wave, and they keep hip hop moving and pretty much in the ears that we don't have, right? I mean, obviously we talk about Cardi, we talk about Megan, but let's be real, we're not listening to that all day. But these women are, and that's good. Sometimes it's empowering to them, just like it's empowering to us to hear some of the dope boy raps, the Jeezys, the Thug Motivations, our classics, stuff like that. So I think it's important for the women to have their thing too, It's just keep it growing. Music, it's not just for men, right? Hip hop ain't just for men, so.
Say it again. Say it again one time for the people in the back. Hip hop's what?
Hip hop is not just for men.
Thank you. It's not just for black people. It's not just for men. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Out there. So yeah, shout out, man. Look.
Yeah. Hip hop is not just for men. That's right.
Lou, I'm putting you on the spot. Who's the best female hip hop artist? Number one. Give us your number one. Lyricist, bars, delivery, presentation, everything. But I'll put you on the spot.
Man,
Yeah, it's tough.
it is tough because I listen to hip hop with the ear from a male perspective. I don't know, here's the thing, right? The things that men are saying in their music is hitting us differently than things that women are saying in their music. So since I'm not really listening to every like Megan or Cardi back to back, I don't know if they're saying some real uplifting stuff that women need to hear or if it's empowering them in any kind of way. But to your question, man, like because I mean Lauryn Hill has hands down the best album that ever came out as far as women, right? Women in hip hop, Lauryn Hill's had the best album that came out, and it was the only one that came out that she did. So I mean, you got your Missy Elliott's too, but
Otis seemed like you taking exception to that.
Man, I gotta give Missy Elliott the edge though.
Okay, you say Missy?
Yeah. She definitely did a lot. She's a beast.
Yeah, 1,000%. You mentioned my girl Lauryn Hill. I love her, man. The bars are the bars, man. I seen Lauren after her on tour. I don't back then. I didn't go to many concerts. I went to the tour, the Miseducation, and
Yeah.
I seen Lauren, man. She was spitting. It was real quick sidebar. The Roots and Everlast opened up for Lauryn Hill. Nobody cared that the Roots was there except for me and like 20 other people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill was on time. This was the big tour, and she came on and she spit.
Nice.
She spit, boy. So I got utmost respect for her and her bars.
For sure.
Otis, you seem like you had something to say with Lauren.
Oh, this is an honor episode. So I'll just keep it to myself. I just gotta say that I always felt like that album was overrated, and the praise and credit that Lauryn Hill gets for that one album, cats wouldn't give that same praise and credit to any other rapper that only dropped one album. Niggas won't put Biggie in a top 10 or top 5 because he only has 2 albums, but they'll give Lauren, like when all these sites were dropping their top 25 artists, Lauryn Hill was always in it for one album. Nigga, fuck that. Like nobody put Missy in their top 25 in hip hop. Stop it. Stop it. So I don't know, man. That album, I think it's just some things become trendy. And I think that the praise for that Lauryn Hill album has just become trendy. But that's just me though. Like my taste ain't always on point. It was a good album, but it ain't all. I ain't running that shit front to back. I'm not running it front to back.
You know what it was? I'm gonna be real honest with you. It was the crossover appeal of that album.
I don't give a damn about no crossover appeal. But shit, man, it was a good album. I'm not trying to take that away from her. And she was the best in the spitter in the Fugees, which really ain't saying much, but still the best. She was the best spitter in the Fugees. But yeah, man, I just can't do it. I just can't agree with that Lauryn Hill album getting the praise that it gets. That's just me though. I'll be wrong if I have to be.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, look, before we wrap up, Mont, what's your take on the future of hip hop as far as females are concerned and women in hip hop?
To be honest, ass, and more ass. I mean, keep it 100, man. The state of our society is, I mean, and as far as mainstream, I mean, there's always going to be spitters, you know what I'm saying? But as far as mainstream, it's just very microwave. It has to be quick. It has to catch the eye, and what catches the eye more than ass when it comes to, you're trying to get the male audience. Nothing catches the eye more than ass. So I'm just being not saying that it should be like that. I think we need to do better. You know what I'm saying? And allow music to flourish. That's that takes time. Back in the day, when our parents listened to music, there would be songs that would take maybe a minute and a half for the song to start. For real. You know what I mean? And there would be 7-minute songs, and I mean even listen to some Biggie stuff. He had a whole interlude for like a whole minute, and then the song would come on. You know what I'm saying? People ain't sitting through that anymore. Like the artistry of mainstream music, is in my opinion is lost. So we're going to continue to see more ads from women, and then from guys, we're going to continue to see, guys floss, guys talk about gangster shit.
Guys trying to see more ass from women by talking about what they got, because that's what
exactly that's the future. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not clowning. I'm not trying to clown anything. I'm just telling what I think is the future, which is it's pretty sad in my opinion. But because we need more people who spit. Not saying that the music, not saying that women can't show ass. I'm not against that. I'm not saying that dudes can't talk about gangster shit. I'm not against that either. But we need more diversity where cats are, spitting too. I like spitters too. I mean, so, but
yeah. Facts. Yeah. Hey, look, to your point, man, go out. So what he's saying is go out, listen to some Jean Grey. If you ain't listening to Jean Grey, go out, listen to the Rhapsody album, the Eve joint, even her most mainstream Eve. Go out.
Name.
Yeah, No Name. Yeah, check out old MC Light. Check out old Queen Latifah. Check
3D
out
Nati.
Who'd you say, Queen Najee?
3D Nati.
3D Nati. I don't know that.
I don't know if she's still dry. I don't know if she's still spitting, man, but she had some bars. Like that girl was dope.
Okay.
3D Natee. She's dope.
Okay.
Know the product too.
Snow was dope too. Yep.
Yeah.
Dope.
Go out, check out some of these some of these rappers, some of these older rappers, some of these newer ones. We touched on Cardi B and how much we all enjoy Cardi B. We didn't even touch on, Meg the Stallion, and you know what? You say what you want about Meg the Stallion. There's plenty of times I've heard a Meg song and I've been like, oh, she barring right now. She's like for real barring. So it's out there, man. Go find it. Go listen to it. I don't like these lists that when we start talking female rappers, these lists nowadays that put Lizzo on there. Lizzo's not a female rapper. Like they just trying to throw people in there. So it's up to us to push it up.
And these lists that honor rappers, they usually only have one female in their top. And it's you gotta at least make room for a couple more. And that one is always Lauryn Hill. Fuck out of here. Yeah, man. You didn't ask me, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my shit out.
Go give it to us.
So, in this article I read, they were saying that there was a time in hip hop where like female rappers and females behind the scene were few and far between. It was totally a male dominated industry, and it's not like that anymore. So I don't think there will ever be an era in hip hop going forward where females will be non-existent. And seeing as how they really have a foot in the game right now, even though most of it is whole music, I gotta kind of disagree with Ahmad. Here's my thing. I always had this theory. Life is very cyclical, and so right now we're just in a down phase. I call this the Oklahoma theory. So, you never heard about any bad chicks out in Oklahoma. When you think of Oklahoma, you're not going to think about pretty girls. But if you spend about 10 years in Oklahoma, a 2 will turn into a 10 out there. And so right now, rap is a 2 in Oklahoma, right? And so here we got Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Like, I wouldn't really consider them, like top notch, top of the game. In the 90s, they wouldn't be hanging with the top guys in the 90s like that. But people are like, oh yeah, these guys are the best. These guys are top of the line. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake. Dog, they're Oklahoma 10s, dog. And that's just because rap sucks right now. And so it's going to be the same for women. The shit is going to be so bad that when a dope woman comes out, everybody's going to try to adapt to that style now. So after Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake came out, more people started to spit. We're getting more spitters back now. And it's going to be the same with the women. When that one female comes out that can be that has the looks to where they can make her a mainstream type face and has the bars to back it up, well, then more females are going to want to spit and more females are going to want to bar up too. And then we're just going to get back to, the California, Miami type of 10s. We ain't going to be dealing with these Oklahoma 10s anymore.
I mean, listen, you just dissed 3 rappers, 2 entertainment industry people, and a whole state.
Did I do that?
Oklahoma, J. Cole, Nas, and Kendrick wouldn't pop off in the 90s like that.
I didn't say Nas.
I'm about to stop.
J. Cole,
All right,
Kendrick, and my bad.
Drake.
Drake wouldn't pop off in the 90s. Oklahoma too.
I'm just saying, bro. That's my Oklahoma theory. I'm a little buzzing right now, so I didn't really explain it properly. But you got the gist of what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, a lot of these people are Oklahoma 10s. The people at the top of the game, they're Oklahoma 10s. You know,
hey, man,
but
Oklahoma got some bad ones for you.
Oh, I gotta see it to believe it.
Hey, look, it's always a pleasure, man.
I'll enjoy it, man.
You out? We got any shout outs for the week, man?
Oh man, no, I ain't got no shout outs. Love yours.
You ain't even gonna shout out yourself.
You got one?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the Plain Grain Deco all the time. Always pull up on the Plain Grain Deco, see what I got going on. But yeah, other than that, man, love yours. That's it, man. Take care of your families, work, grind, repeat, pray. You know.
You still in J. Cole line. Love yours up above us. J. Cole, what up?
Stay hard. That's mine.
That's yours. Stay hard. That's what you're going with. That's your final answer.
Otis probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
David Goggins.
That's a deadbeat model.
Oh Lord.
Stay hard.
David Goggins.
Yeah, I gotta get somewhere. My wife got my car, man. She got my car keys.
Go do your thing, man. Go do your thing, man. Hey, stay hard, David Goggins.
Anybody got a bar? Anybody gonna respect the women with the bar before we head out?
Ahmad, you got a bar for us?
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
It
ain't my fault that your thighs are hanging loose in the boots.
You know what? Yeah. That is not the vibe.
It ain't my fault that your belly hanging loose.
That's
it's Sunday, bro.
Didn't you come from church?
Sunday fun day.
Didn't you come from church?
It's no fun day.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to get us some bars here. I gotta think on it for a second.
I want to bumble with the beat, huh? Bzz, throw a hex on the whole family.
Dressing all black like the Omen. Your friend saying this is from my homies, and you know me. And niggas so sick. I don't know the rest of
my six with the Lex on the wrist. If it's murder, you know she wrote it. German Ruger for your ass, bitch.
Deep throated. You went for the rules and the platinum coated.
Whoa, no. You said that wrong, bro. The bar is like that's Lil Kim being wild. No, you want to feel the womb because it's platinum coated.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's Lil Kim being wild, bro. And that shit is fire.
Yeah, it is. I mean, went right over my head.
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back and keep it conscious, if you will.
Why?
We shouted her out, and I got to show her respect. I think
talking about platinum coated wombs over here, but okay.
Nah, exactly. To your point, y'all were talking about platinum coated wombs, and she talking about how it ain't all about money and gold and platinum. Because it's funny how money changes the situation. Miscommunication leads to complication. My emancipation don't figure equate. Man, Lauren was spitting. I can't spit, so I ain't even gonna.
She did get off on that track though.
Yeah, that lost ones, boy. I got to be prepared for these bars, and I will be going forward.
Yeah, she went off on that one. I ain't even no shade, no disrespect to that song. She was spitting on that song.
Yeah, she was.
You know what? It's an R&B album. Couple rap songs here and there, but for the most part, it was singing throughout. I think that's my biggest issue with her getting so much hip hop praise because it was an R&B album,
and that
it was
that I respect. It was that,
but it was more like it was R&B, more like music soul child R&B.
Yeah,
not like like that '90s R&B, like
But I tell you what. if Lauren had sat down and said, I want to make a rap album, the conversation we would have right now about Lauryn Hill and rap
It'd be different.
Zero debate.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Otis, you got some shout outs?
Shout out to Marshall Coleman and Boom, Brothers of Optimistic Manhood. Their mission is to help boys identify who they are and how vital their presence is in this world. They want to make sure that every boy and young man has a positive male influence to look up to, and they intend to create memories that the young boys and men can look back on, that there were men in their lives involved in rooting for them every step of the way. So shout out to Boom.
I see him on Facebook, man. So definitely shout out to Boom. Definitely shout out Marshall Coleman. Shout out everybody who pulls up to the events. These are family-friendly events they host as well. You know, there's a lot of things they do. I know. I've seen a movie night for families to come out to. I've seen the park day. Like, there's a lot of the events they do, man. Shout out everybody trying to empower the next generation, especially the next generation that kind of looks or resembles you and your people. So, look, it's a potluck, man. You know, happy Women's Month. I hope we talked about some things and, you know, kept it true to ourselves as we are. Appreciate you, Otis.
Likewise, brother.
Peace from everybody else, man. TKO, Lou, they're gonna spend some time with their missus. Think me and O gonna do the same.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.